Welcome back to City Skylines Aberdeen, episode number 8. Wow. As always, I'll start with my standard apology for leaving it so long between uploads. I've been travelling home a lot recently, and that's taken a huge chunk of build time away, as well as being in the process of moving house, which is also a massive struggle. Big thanks to everyone for all your support as always. Do please hit subscribe and share around the video on social media, as it really helps motivate me to continue what we can all agree is the very definition of biting off more than you can chew. Massive shout out to Moritz Ernst, who gave me a really great tip on finding some local maps for the area, so massive thanks there. And as always, you can reach me down below in the comments or on Twitter, details are on screen now, if you have any suggestions, comments or anything you'd like to see. And as always guys, enjoy! So as you can see, I started there doing the A90 in Aberdeen. The A90 is the big main dual carriageway that links the south of the city to the north of the city, as well as pretty much the south of Aberdeenshire to the north of Aberdeenshire. It runs directly through Aberdeen city centre, and the AWPR is supposed to help alleviate the issues of clogged up traffic caused by the A90 running straight through the city centre. As always with City Skylines, unfortunately we're limited very much in what we can put down. Now there actually are some fields of natural occurring football pitches just on the fields that are etched out with paint. Unfortunately there isn't any model like that in the entire game, not even custom ones. So the closest I could find is a very flat, low level football ground. So I actually put a few of these down. I actually revisit the area later on in this episode and actually delete some of the ones that are closer to the road, just to make it look a little bit more closer to what it looks like. So as always, the best tactic seems to be lay down the main roads first using the overlay map, and then switch between Google Maps to put down the individual tiny little residential roads that come off those main roads. You can see here that I flip between the two pretty often to try and work out where I'm going to place these roads and how to put down the houses around them. It's actually quite difficult to get it right, and the scales aren't always right, but I think it matches up pretty well in this one. As always, once again, there isn't any sort of flat assets that really suit this area in City Skylines. So I use these kind of big block of flats, which are a lot taller than they actually are in real life. But again, when the terrain and everything, you look at it from a distance, it kind of gives a good perspective of scale, so it does kind of work. Now, I must admit, I don't actually know what this building is here in the middle of Kincorth. If anybody who knows the area can leave a comment down below, or maybe tweet me to let me know what this actually is, because it doesn't look like it's actually still used. So I used an old school model in the game to make this building look as close as I could, but I'm not actually sure what it is. So if anybody knows, please do leave it below. Just as I was getting to the end of finishing off the residential area of Kincorth, I suddenly realised that this road actually leads directly into the roundabout, and I'd actually made a bit of a mistake there, putting it onto the other road first. So I quickly corrected that whilst I had the chance. So when I zoomed out of Kincorth, I couldn't help but notice that it looked very, very empty from the sky, and I know that just isn't the case. When I had a little look closer down, it actually appeared that some of the flat models didn't spawn in because there wasn't enough room for them. So what I actually had to do is go through and take those out and replace any that couldn't spawn in with houses instead. It's a shame because it's not quite as detailed as I'd want it to be, but with the limited space we've got in this area, I had to do what I could. So in the last clip, I just added a few last details, such as the police station in Kincorth, just to finish off the area. Now, there's a huge grassy expanse called Kincorth Hill, or Grampian Mountains it's also known as, which just sits just behind Kincorth as well. So I actually added some beautification such as trees, terrain, and some texture maps as well, just to give it a little bit more standout on the map. And that just about does it for the Kincorth portion of the Aberdeen City Skyline build. As always guys, please do like, comment, subscribe, share around the videos, and do keep in contact with any suggestions you may have. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always I'll leave you with some wonderful shots of the city so far. See you in the next one guys, cheers!